Triple H is back, and while this is mostly so he can have his WrestleMania program with Seth Rollins, there's an opportunity once WrestleMania is over to keep the game around and get some other people over in the process. Wouldn't that just be lovely? Like a Sunday afternoon, like Lionel Richie said, easy like a Sunday morning. I mean, not easy, I meant lovely, but you take my point. I am, of course, talking about Triple H, the multi-time world champion, doing what he does best and doing what he's done a million times before, and that's picking a group of people and forming a group with Triple H front and center. Why? That's all I've got. Here's why. A quick history lesson for those that aren't aware. Triple H does owe a big part of his career and where he's gotten to today thanks to stables like D-Generation X and Evolution. Now, I'm not saying he wouldn't have got to where he did without these, but they certainly helped, and when events started to get stale, being in a group can make you feel fresh again because other people can hide you from the staleness. It's like some bread, it's going off, and you take that bread and you put it in the fridge and it doesn't go off for like another week. So Triple H is bread. What? Plus both these groups were really good. We all know how successful D-Generation X were, and now they're considered like some historical, amazing tag team / group that we should all talk about when referring the Attitude Era. That's pretty good. And then there was Evolution, which basically was responsible for launching the careers of Randy Orton and Dave Bautista, and the link there is one man, and that man is Triple H. And as a quick side note, Evolution was best because Evolution got Ric Flair on TV, and anything that gets Ric Flair on TV is alright in my book. So, WWE, in short, just put Ric Flair on TV. I don't care how, just have him stand on the set for an entire episode of Raw. I don't care, just get him on Raw. Get him on Raw. Get him on Raw. Given how long has passed since these groups were a thing though, and the fact that if you look at either Raw or SmackDown, you don't have many stables, now is the time to bring that back, and now is the time to use Triple H as a catalyst to start all this and, as we've already said, handpick some wrestlers in order to make them do this. Whoop! You start down here, and then towards your end of career, you're up here because you did well. Who are my choices for these roles though? Well, we're going to break them down. The first, obviously, is Samoa Joe. Ever since he debuted on Raw a few weeks ago, he's come across like an absolute monster, and if you're going to take Samoa Joe and make something of him, he should come across like an absolute monster. That's what he's good at, and he's been good at that for about 57 years. So right now, if you're going to tune into that TV show, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that dude, the Samoan guy, is like an unhinged beast. The problem, though, comes in the form of the feuds he's about to have. Absolutely fine taking on Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn isn't exactly a main event player, and once that's over, where does he go next? The best way to keep him feeling special and the best way to keep him feeling important is to have him in this mythical group I've made up and make sure that association with Triple H continues. Whether you like him or not, that relationship is only going to help Joe, because no group featuring Triple H is going to be treated as curtain jerkers. They're going to be the focus of the show, and if Joe is the focus on the show, everyone's going to be talking about Joe, because that's what you got to remember when we are talking about Triple H. He's a legend of the business, or the businesser, as he once said on Tough Enough. Where's your wife? Don't know. Right now, Joe needs to make sure he's getting the rub at all times, and this is a great way to make sure he gets that rub. So that's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Next, we move on to Kevin Owens. As sad as it makes me to say it, I don't think coming out of Fastlane, he's going to be the Universal Champion anymore. I mean, I could be wrong, but if I were to give you £100,000 right now and say, hey, go put a bet on Fastlane, I know you're betting on Goldberg. Now, this isn't the end of the world, as long as WWE are looking into the future and thinking, how do we keep KO strong after he drops the championship? The best way to circumvent any issues like this is to throw him in this faction as well. And me just saying that makes my brain happy. In my head, I can actually feel my brain smiling, because think about it. Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, stood next to each other as friends, as allies, as loved ones. Yes, you'd have to expect this group would be involved in major angles every week and be involved in major beatdowns, which means every week Kevin Owens is going to go out there and beat the shit out of somebody. Then it doesn't even matter that he lost his title. He could even use the title loss to make him more aggressive and more mad. So when he is beating someone down, you're like, oh my gosh, someone needs to stop that crazy, crazy pro wrestler. He's mad. He's pissed off. And yes, while for the last year his stuff with Jericho has been comedy gold, now we can see a bit of a different Kevin Owens, a meaner side, a darker side, a more serious side. There is nothing wrong with changing him up a bit as a character and letting us see what else he can do. And we know he can do it, and if you don't know, it means you've never seen Kevin Steen outside of the WWE. The man is talent. He's like a bag of talent. A talent bag. He can come across like a bigger threat, gain some steam, and then who knows? Maybe he climbs his way back to be in the title picture and wins the Universal Championship again. As far as I'm concerned, Kevin Owens can win as many titles as he wants. Kevin Owens is awesome. Which brings us to the last selection of the video and the last member of this fictional group that I'm making up as we speak. Gonna give you a few seconds to think about it. Shout out your answer at the YouTube screen like a crazy person. Who you got? Who you want? Who is deserving of this honor? Frankly, it doesn't matter what you're saying because I can't hear you. This isn't live. I've recorded this and then it's been put up on the internet. Anyway, the answer is Charlotte. For me, right now, Charlotte is one of the best heels on the roster. It comes across like she actually believes her own hype, and when she cuts a promo, she can verbally rip someone in two. Takes her hand, shoves it into their stomach, and rips out their soul. And she's awesome in the ring, and will probably be women's champ again soon. She may even be women's champ again now, because that belt jumps around like a cricket. Ridiculous. Anyway, the point is, her future is so bright right now, I've had to go away and put on some sunglasses to shade myself from how bright her future is. It also adds something different to the group because in many cases, stables such as this usually stick to one gender. It's not always the case, but making sure you don't do that instantly makes it more interesting. Which brings us to the most important point. She's a flare. She's a flare. She's a flare. Which means there's already a great inbuilt story which can juxtapose what came before with Evolution. Last time around, Flair was the skilled veteran who was playing out his last days, and now the Flair is going to be the young up-and-comer who has everything to earn and everything to win. And Triple H can get well off on that because he can then play the part of the nature boy and be like the teacher, the wise old dude that gets him in with his arms, gives him a hug and like, come on team, I've got your back. That is depth right there. Lovely, lovely depth. It's so deep you can take your clothes off and go swimming in it. Make sure you wear goggles. That's also a damn good array of people. Triple H, Charlotte, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. Just picture that image in your mind. Looks good, right? Getting you excited. Everything is getting exciting up in here. If nothing else, WWE needs something coming out of WrestleMania, and all of this is something new, and we can make up-and-coming superstars feel important, feel like they mean something, and give them a direction as opposed to just running around with their pants off. For my money, this is a great way to do it, and Triple H doesn't even need to be on TV every week. I know he's busy, I know he's got NXT to deal with and taking jets all over the place, but that's not an issue. Just remind everyone they're a team and you're laughing. Laughing is good, laughing makes people happy, and we all just want to be happy. So make it happen, WWE. You're already kind of teasing this stuff on TV, so now pull the trigger and put the last piece of this puzzle in place. And the best thing is, with this puzzle, it's not going to be some picture of Big Ben that you spent 10 weeks doing because your grandma gave you a jigsaw set for Christmas. This is more than that. It's a group of wrestlers, and it's a group of wrestlers that are taking extra steps to greatness. Or maybe the whole thing is crap and no one benefits at all. I don't know. I'm just saying these words. I'm making it up as I go along. What do I know? I'm an idiot. Now, don't forget to let us know what you think about all of this in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can even come tell me on Twitter at SimonMiller316. I'm Simon from What Culture, and I just want to thank you for stopping by and watching the Why series, the only series that tells you why. And I saw you on SmackDown, Baron Corbin. I saw what you did. You and me, brother, together forever. The Why Twins.
Monday, March 6th, live from Newcastle, and free on YouTube. Drew Galloway will defend his WCPW championship against the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay, and The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, will defend his WCPW Internet Championship. WCPW proudly presents Exit Wounds. Monday, March 6th, 7:30, 2:30 Eastern. Tickets still available at WC.PW.